Political parties that participated in the debate on the 2nd of May this year were unanimous in supporting the bill.
ANC vote in full support with 184. Thank you.
Thank you. The DA?
Chairperson, 68 in favour.
The EFF?
The EFF, what 31, we vote in full support.
Thank you. The IFP?
Chair, the IFP has 10 in favour.
Thank you. The FF Plus?
The Chair, we are 8 in favour.
Thank you. The ACDP?
2 in favour. Thank you.
Thank you. The UDM? ATM? Good.
Chairperson, 1 in favour.
Thank you. The NFP? The AIC?
1 in favour, Chairperson.
Thank you. COPE? The PAC?
1 in favour, Chair.
Thank you. Al Jama? Not here. Is there any member that want to wish or abstain or vote differently? There's no indication. Have all members now recorded their support? The voting session is closed.
The National Assembly passed the bill with more than the required 2/3 majority vote.
The result is as follows. There's 306 members who have now voted in favor. There's no abstentions and no one voted against. As the required majority has been obtained in terms of Section 74, subsection 2 of the Constitution, the bill has been passed.
This lawmaker and the deaf community could not wait for President Ramaphosa to sign the bill into law.
Yes, well, we wish it was yesterday. We wish the President signed it already yesterday, as soon as possible. But yes, we understand that there is a process. Parliament does need to inform the Presidency, and I believe the Department of Justice needs to be informed that Parliament has passed the bill, and now it's up to Parliament to draft a memo to present to the President for him to sign.
More than 2 months later, the final thumbs up on the bill was given by the President. It was history in the making at the Union buildings, and the public signing of the bill was captured.
Thank you very much.
During the historic ceremony, Nivo Droegen reflected on the journey for sign language to become an official language.
The process has been long, but it's not the long road to freedom, definitely not that, but a long road to get our language official. So our children in schools are waiting in deaf schools. Our deaf students are waiting at deaf universities for those barriers to be removed. So thank you, Honourable President.
Now that history has been made, there's an obligation to increase sign language interpreters for those with hearing disabilities to access crucial services.
It is also crucial that there are sign language interpreters to enable access to services for people who cannot hear or hear properly. For many years, the lack of sign language interpreters at the courts, the police stations, hospitals, clinics, and many service centers or points have been compromising access to justice for victims of violence, including victims of gender-based violence and many other crimes.
The national body responsible for protecting language rights welcomed the historic moment.
The important thing that signals is not only that we now need to embody all of the principles of the legal framework, but we also need to move towards ensuring that both the public and the private sector get to a state of readiness, and that we grow this in terms of not only the work that's being done in the universities and in the schools, but that we allow socioeconomic opportunities also to manifest itself through this for people that have been impoverished and marginalized for very many years. So we are extremely excited about this development.
The assenting of the Constitution 18th Amendment Bill has also been welcomed by the champions of human rights.
It is a victory for the realizing of the rights of people with disabilities, specifically deaf people. This will, of course, have huge implications. The Human Rights Commission has also started to assess the implications for the state in particular, but also for itself, because sign language will have to be offered at state institutions, also at the Human Rights Commission, to make these institutions and its services more accessible to deaf people. So I think all of us need to think what the implications are for ourselves. Also the SABC. In the case of the SABC, there are still a number of programs where there aren't subtitles, and Deaf SA has specifically complained with me that the programs such as Carte Blanche that they would like to watch does not have subtitles. In the case of the Human Rights Commission, we deal with complaints, people coming to the Commission, laying complaints. We have to interact with them, obviously, and make the Commission more accessible. If we think about the courts, one can just think what the implications are as far as that is concerned, but also education in particular, and basic education. Because there are still many schools, even schools for the deaf, with teachers without sign language qualifications, which is obviously, you know, a major issue that will have to get our attention. So yes, it's a victory for human rights, and the South African Human Rights Commission is very excited about this important development.
Now that sign language is recognized as the 12th official language under Section 6 of the Constitution, it also marks the 18th time that the South African Constitution has been amended.
I support sign language. Yes. Thank you.
Mercedes Besent.
SABC News Parliament. Well done.